Frank DePascali, Jr., October 28, 1956 – May 7, 2015, worked for Bernard L. Madoff Investment Securities LLC for 33 years and was a key lieutenant of Bernard Madoff. He referred to himself as the company's Director of Options Trading and as Chief Financial Officer. For a number of years, he played a key part in the daily operation of the Madoff investment scandal, later recounting how he helped manipulate billions of dollars in account statements so clients would believe that they were creating wealth for them. On August 11, 2009, he pleaded guilty to 10 counts related to the fraud. He was denied bail before sentencing and spent 2 weeks in jail before being released. He died of lung cancer in 2015 while awaiting sentencing. Personal life DePascali grew up next door to Annette Bongiorno, Madoff's longtime personal secretary. She recruited him to work for Madoff. He graduated from Archbishop Molloy High School in Queens, New York in 1974, and joined Madoff's firm in 1975, ultimately rising to be CFO. According to him, he was enrolled at St. John's University and Brooklyn College. DePascali and his wife, Joanne, lived in a 5-bedroom house with a pool on 7 acres in Bridgewater Township, New Jersey, assessed at $1.38 million. They had 3 black Mercedes and an 18.5-meter, 61-foot, Viking yacht, registered to Dorothy Joe Sport Fishing LLC. DePascali's brother-in-law, Robert Cardle, bought his former house in Bridgewater for $400,000. Cardle began working for Madoff in 1985, and responded to phone inquiries for DePascali. In January 2005, a tax lien of $77,479 by the IRS for the 1996 tax year was paid by DePascali 3 months later. In 2000, New Jersey unpaid taxes of $72,943 were paid. In 1993, New York State Tax Commission filed an action for $21,685, which was also paid. He died from lung cancer on May 7, 2015 at the age of 58 while awaiting sentencing. Career Financial journalist and Madoff biographer Aaron Arvidland describes DePascali as an abrasive man who padded his resume. Since 1975, at age 18, DePascali eventually oversaw the day-to-day operations of Madoff's investment advisory business. He became the Director of Options in 1986, and CFO in 1996. He also claims to have been a director of Madoff Securities International Limited in London, but Companies House, the UK Registrar of Companies, has no record of him ever being appointed as a director of the company. He was the person many of Madoff's investors dealt with regarding their accounts. Madoff told investors DePascali executed trades. However, a court-appointed trustee found that no trading had occurred for at least 13 years. Prosecutors have asked at least 3 employees, Eric Lipkin, Joanne Krupe, and Robert Cardle, DePascali's brother-in-law, about his role in the firm. Investors spoke to these other employees and would fax orders if they needed to withdraw money. DePascali's name was sometimes given as an alternate contact. Criminal and civil complaints and guilty plea According to an SEC memo, DePascali responded evasively to questioning following Madoff's arrest. He admitted to the U.S. District Court that he learned in the late 1980s or early 1990s that no trading was occurring in Madoff's investment advisory client accounts. About 2002, he set up an account for himself at the firm named after his fishing yacht, Dorothy Joe. Having never made a contribution, he withdrew more than $5 million. His salary and bonuses was over $2 million annually. He recounted how he, Madoff, and other people manipulated account statements, leading clients to believe that they were creating wealth for them. No purchases or sales of securities were actually taking place in their accounts. It was all fake. It was all fictitious. It was wrong, and I knew it was wrong at the time. He had agreed to connect the dots and to name names while sentencing was anticipated in May 2010. He faced a maximum sentence of 125 years in federal prison. Prosecutors sought more than $170 billion in forfeiture, the same amount sought from Madoff, which represented funds deposited by investors and later disbursed to other investors. The same day, a Securities and Exchange Commission civil complaint was filed against DePascali. Prosecutors sought bail for DePascali, but the presiding judge Richard J. Sullivan contended he was a flight risk. At a bail hearing on October 28, 2009, U.S. Federal Judge Sullivan deferred a decision and requested additional information, while a representative representative of the victims of the scheme opposed DePascali's release. According to the Federal Bureau of Prisons, Frank DePascali, register number 62586-054, was released November 12, 2009. He was represented by attorney Mark Mukasey, a son of former U.S. Attorney General Michael Mukasey. Mukasey said that while Mr. DePascali was 1000% guilty, he had believed, before the Ponzi scheme collapsed, that Madoff could somehow repay his clients. In the media DePascali was portrayed by Hank Azaria in the May 2017 HBO film The Wizard of Lies, based on the best-selling book by Deanna B. Enriquez. See also Affinity fraud, financial crisis of 2007 to 2010. Participants in the Madoff investment scandal, recovery of funds from the Madoff investment scandal, references, external links, Frank DePascali DOJ information, plea agreement, August, 2009.